giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and brothers on the great millstone. Salutations to the whole fifty elect. This is your brother I Banyamian, here to share another lesson. And the title of this lesson is Thy foe shall be of thine own household, as per Matthew, the 10th chapter, 34th verse on down. Reason why I titled that is because of the the article that I'm about to read. Right, this lesson is pretty much for you believers, who know about the truth. You know about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know about the time of Jacob's trouble that is coming, man. Alright, famine both of the word and with goods and services, foods, water, so on and so forth, right? So Lord willing, this lesson be edifying unto the elect. As you all see the article published by Chris Perez a couple of days ago, under the law and crime section. It says, woman kills boyfriend over Sunday breakfast after he gets upset with her for eating too much while they're on a budget. Now, something like that, I'm sure when the elder apostles and elder bishops and they were speaking about famine in New York and stuff many years ago, people laughed at them, people scoffed, because you look around, what do you see? You saw McDonald's, you saw Wendy's, a whole bunch of KFCs and your different outlets, man. Food outlets, both major and minor. And then outside of that, victuals and was cheap at the time. You go to your, I don't know if Whole Foods was available back then, but wherever store, like ShopRite, your grocery stores, Sears, wherever food stores, storehouses that was open back then when they were teaching, you had your reasonable groceries. So something like famine happening, in America was a joke onto these people here in Babylon, right? Back then, when they heard of famine, that was something they would expect out of Africa, India, or the Caribbean, right? Not something that would take place here in America, especially words like sacrifice and being on a budget for the most part. That is not something that is associated with Babylon, because these people, they dwell without care. You understand? So this is why, it's good to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because we all going to have to operate with less in these last days. We all would have to make sacrifices to do without certain things in these last days. The budget, like the article said, to eat less. You know what I'm saying? But in the situation, that's how you behave, because the hour of temptation is not only when the MOTB presents itself, but you'll have different temptations that's going to lead to sin. It's going to lead to betraying your brother, lying, stealing, killing, right? To survive, man. Those are different temptations, right? But the strongest one is going to be choosing the MOTB or denying the MOTB, which the elect is going to do. So, we have to trust the Most High when things are good, and when things are bad, it might be easier said than done. But when His Spirit is upon you, anything is possible, man. Alright? So hopefully this calls you to pray and ask the Lord for a spirit of fear for Him, not for the things that are coming, but for Him. He control, all these things. He control whether you live or die, whether you eat or starve. You know what I'm saying? So we need to fear him and beg him for mercy each and every day. So here we go. So this is the woman who attacked on a lie of her boyfriend over the breakfast. So I'll read the article and share a few scriptures in between. Lord willing, again, it be edified unto elect. So fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? A woman in Louisiana allegedly gunned down her boyfriend while the two of them were arguing over breakfast. It says, with police saying she ate a large amount of food and didn't leave much for the victim, prompting him to get upset and her to open fire. Now I'd say this, a lot of women, they don't consider their husbands or their boyfriend, right? She's sleeping with the guy, so that's her husband, all right? There's a lot of disrespect and spite involved in a lot of these relationships, on marriages, where the woman will outwardly do things that the man didn't like, So you women need to respect your husbands too as well, man. But I don't know the ins and outs of the relationship, so I'll keep the comment to a bare minimum, alright? Alright, so she opened fire on him, alright? Tamariu Hubbard, age 24, that's her right there, of Marrero, allegedly shot and killed 23-year-old Joshua Jones with one of his own guns while the two of them were eating on Sunday morning. So they are a young couple. So a lot of young couples are catching it right now. It says the St. John Baptist Parish Sheriff Office says Hubbard called police herself and reported the slaying, claiming she accidentally shot Jones in the chest while they were fighting over a meal. Hubbard told deputies that she and Jones had been arguing over food that was made for breakfast. A police press release said on Monday, authorities responded to a home in the 100 block of East Lakeview Drive in LaPlace on Sunday after being called by Hubbard, according to the release. Deputies arrived on scene to find Jones unresponsive and suffering from a gunshot wound. The police said he was pronounced dead at the scene, right? So he didn't make it. You understand? So when the scripture said, "They that be," I'm gonna find it this way, I butcher it. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. See, food may seem like a small thing, but one is survival for a lot of people, and it's worse when you're in a survival mode and you don't know the Most High. You understand? And our people, they hate each other. They already have a disdain for each other to begin with. So something like this is not difficult for them to do. Alright, so this is Yahushua. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and against his daughter, against a daughter, and her mother, and her daughter-in-law, and against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Now, it's not only talking about physical, like in a situation like this where two people living together slay each other for some food, but it also mentioning, a believer living with an unbeliever. Because a believer in Yahweh Shai is going to do things totally different from one that does not believe, even though they be in the same household. Your family, your brother, your sister, wife, so on and so forth. You understand? A believing person with trust in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, even when on a budget. You understand? Because we all have to use wisdom with the resources and stuff that we have, right? We ain't gonna squander it. But the unbeliever, they don't really dwell with care like that. They don't know Yahweh Shai. So they are gonna be wasteful, and if not wasteful, they're gonna be greedy with the little that they have, and have little or no concern for the next person. You understand what I'm saying? And it's because of this unbelief, you know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people can lose their crown, because if you live with an unbelieving person, sometimes even to please them, you gotta cast aside your ways, your spirituality, and your morality to please them, because they are the opposite of what Yahweh Shai is and what he would do. All right, so I'll follow that up with Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, and it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? That is, doing what he said, especially for men, Lord, those that stand on the highways and the byways, those that do these epistles, these lessons, for the elect, and off camera, they behave in a upright manner, right, before the Most High, right? I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth to try them that dwell upon the earth. Now behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown, right? So to appease or to make comfort the ungodly, you will have some men cast aside their ways, which is giving up their crown, right, unto the wicked. So we are not to let these people take our crown. We ought to continue in uprightness, right, even when dealing with famine and stuff, because different temptations is gonna come, of greed, to take more, to preserve yourself over another family member. There's gonna be a lot of this stuff going on in the coming days, man. This stuff ain't a joke anymore. Prophecy is happening. This stuff is not a joke, and it's gonna continue to get worse over food, young couple, and it's gonna happen with older couples too as well. Even though there may be more resources like 401ks, retirements, what else they have, social security, and different entitlement and benefits that come with older couples in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s being married. You understand? So it'd be a lot of inward fighting, man, household fightings and domestic situations. And I'll follow Matthew 10 and 34. Let me see, and Revelation 3 and 10 with was that second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Let me read from verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right? These scriptures. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right? These wasn't your scoffers and stuff. Family members could be considered scoffers. Even your wife could be considered a scoffer, or husband. Right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right? By a situation like this, the unbelieving person can be saved by the believer as well, right? But the thing is not to let their unfaithfulness sway you, because when we now come into this truth, we want to share this with everybody, man. And yeah, you come to that realization that most people is not gonna accept the truth, and that is a hard pill that we all have to accept, you know, because we see the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, as life, as a good thing. So we run to share the gift with family, especially with family, because those are the first ones you go to, and your woman. But then you are surprised to see that they don't have the enthusiasm that you do when you hear the word. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for everybody. So when the elder bishops and their brothers on down say that this thing is not for everybody, it's true. Is really not, for everybody, man. Just something you have to accept in these last days, and you have to tell yourself, like, look, I see my family on the other side, man. Going back into the article, it says Parish Sheriff Mike Tigray told the Times Picayune that the breakfast dispute started after Hubbard assumed a large amount of food and didn't leave much to eat for Jones. Right, the complete opposite of what a wife would do, a true wife would do for her husband. The couple was allegedly on a tight budget. Hubbard told deputies that the shooting was accidental, according to Tigray. We have physical evidence that tells us differently, the sheriff said. Right, so she did it on purpose. Hubbard, who was charged with second-degree murder, was taken into custody without incident and booked at the local parish jail on a $1 million bond. Online records show she was still in custody Tuesday. The Post woman kills boyfriend over Sunday breakfast after he gets upset with her for eating too much while on a budget. Cops say first appeared on Law and Crime. Right, and that brings us to the end of the article. So these things are gonna happen. When she's a youngie, you look like a youngie. You know what I'm saying? These things are gonna continue to happen unless you have a relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And I'll close it out with Ezekiel chapter 4. Verse 16 and 17, it says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, which is you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because you are Jerusalem, you are a people, more than a place, and they shall eat their bread by weight and with care, right? This is rationing, portioning. And they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity, right? But when you're looking to NLT, it says, lacking food and water, people will look at one another in terror, and they will waste away under their punishment, right? So in terror, being afraid of one another, of what they would do, right? For the lack of food and water. And these are the times that we are in, but it's going to continue and get worse, because these are the last days, right? So with the little that you have, thank the Most High for it every day, right? And pray and ask Him to just provide for you, man. So that you may be sustained in these last days. Right? Ask him for an increase in faith, so that when it don't look good, that he will open up a way for you. All right. So hopefully this was edifying unto elect, and cause you to seek the Most High more than ever, man. All right. So until the next time, Shalom.